What's good, YouTube? In today's video, I wanted to talk about the Southwest and Frontier companion passes. So if you don't know about these benefits, you're missing out, but I'm going to inform you in this video. These are some of the best probably benefits you can get in all of at least the travel part of credit card benefits and stuff like that. The companion pass is honestly, I think it's second to none. I don't think there is a better benefit that you can get with any travel credit card. So if you don't know, companion passes are only with Southwest and Frontier that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's not with any other airline, but you basically can fly with a buddy for free, and all you have to pay for is your ticket, and you don't have to pay for the companion's ticket. So when you fly, you can take somebody else for free. I want to compare these two from Southwest and Frontier. Southwest has had their companion pass for a while now, a lot of years now, and Frontier just released theirs, I believe, this year. So I'm going to be going through and comparing them and seeing where do they compare and are similar, and where are they different. So starting off with the cost, for both of them, you are paying $5.60 per trip for your companion. So it's not technically completely free, but it's pretty much free. You can fly, wherever for the price of the flight for one person, and then you're just paying $5.60, which is like taxes and fees and all that. So in terms of pricing, they both are, basically free. We can call it free. You don't pay for your companion. So in terms of qualifications for the benefits, so with Southwest, you earn the companion pass by either flying 100 qualifying one-way flights in a calendar year. Nobody really does. I think that's the minority of people who get the companion pass, get it in that way. Obviously, people who travel for work and stuff are going to be the people that get it that way, but 100 qualifying one-way flights, that's a ton. So that's going to be the minority. People like me and the credit card enthusiasts get it the second way, which is earning 135,000 qualifying rapid rewards points in a calendar year. So you can do this by getting, for example, I think there's a couple different ways to do it, but you'd get, the most simple way would be getting one of the consumer Southwest credit cards, the middle tier annual fee Southwest card, and then getting a business credit card with Southwest. So I'm pretty sure you have to get a business credit card from Southwest. I think that's the only way the math works on that. But there's obviously some, variation, because you just need to get 135K in a calendar year. So there's different ways of going about that, but not the hardest thing in the world, but it is a little bit more, and we're gonna see how that actually differentiates from Frontier. So also, it's valid for the remainder of the current year plus the entire following calendar year. So that's why a lot of people suggest the best way of doing it with Southwest is getting it around December, November at the end, or so it your points hit at the beginning of the next year, and then you have it for 2 full years basically. And then with Southwest, you must designate one companion, but you can change them up to 3 times per year. So it has a little strictness with the companion, but you can change it 3 times per year. So it kind of gives you some leeway. With Frontier, the benefit is automatic once you achieve platinum, which is 50,000 status points, or diamond, which is 100,000 status points in a calendar year, and then it remains valid as long as you maintain that status. So it's not limited to a calendar year window, which is interesting. You can kind of look at that in a good way or bad way. It depends on who you are and your situation. Some people will prefer that Southwest way of doing it, and some people it'll definitely be better with Frontier. I could see that, but that's gonna be a preference thing. And then you can choose a companion with each flight, so that's gonna be definitely an edge for Frontier. Obviously, Frontier is newer, so it has the benefit of seeing Southwest and working off of what people like and dislike about Southwest and working off of their framework. So I think that's something you see with the comparison is Frontier is gonna have a little more innovative kind of way of doing it. For example, the companion, not locking people up to one companion. But in terms of network and flight flexibility, Southwest does have a broader route network. So including domestic, they go to Mexico. I know they go to more places in Mexico than Frontier, and there's also some different places. And then both of them go to Caribbean, but one of the keys is that Southwest goes to Hawaii and Frontier doesn't. So I know that is definitely one of the things Frontier is lacking. So in that department, I'm gonna give the edge to Southwest. Southwest slightly better because besides Hawaii, it's mostly the same. There's some different cities in countries. The cities is where they differ in different countries. But besides that, it's just Hawaii, but I do think that's a pretty good edge for Southwest. And then, so in terms of booking process, with Frontier, you have to add the companion at the time of booking, whereas with Southwest, you designate that companion in your account, and then it's kind of automatically, they already know you have your companion set there. So I would give the edge to Southwest in that aspect. With Frontier, it's a little more, kind of at the point of sale. Also with Frontier, I believe you can't bring the companion on a trip with, or if it's a discount den flight purchase seat. So it's only for regular price tickets. So that's another thing with Frontier. It's a little more wonky in that aspect, but so I'd give the edge to Southwest with that. It's a little cleaner. So in terms of the earning status and the qualification comparison, Southwest, again, 100 one-way flights or 135K rapid rewards points versus Frontier's 50K or 100K for platinum and diamond respectively. So with Frontier, you only need to get one credit card with them as opposed to Southwest. If you're gonna go the points route, you need to get two. And I know Southwest definitely does not have a no annual fee credit card. With Frontier, I think they do, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, it's two cards versus one. And yeah, Southwest doesn't have a no annual fee card that you can downgrade to, so definitely something to think about. But in kind of different, but at its core, they're the same. The fact that you can take a companion for free when you're flying, you pay what you pay for your ticket, and you can take somebody with you for free. At its core, it's the same thing. It's just gonna really be those nuances. Like I said, I think Frontier is a little more cleaner. I think it's a typical case of the newer company with some innovations on the older company's framework. So Frontier is probably better right now for most people with the one card and things like that. I think probably one of the biggest L's that Frontier takes with it is that they can't go to Hawaii, which, it's just one country, but it's also, the US, and it's gonna be a place that a lot of people wanna go to because it's a US state. So besides that, they're mostly the same. Tell me guys what you guys think in the comments though. Frontier's new on the block with this companion pass. We're gonna see what happens with it. A lot of people still need to, use it, and more people need to get on it to really get reviews and see if it really is better than that Southwest card. So we're gonna see. If you enjoyed this comparison, let me know in the comments. Hit me up. See you guys in the next one.